Hey, Claude Pelanne here, Affiliate Starting Line. Welcome. This is going to be a series of videos on categories, menus, and really the sub-theme is how do you design the site architecture for your site, the organization of your site. So the place to start is categories. And you find categories if you go to the sidebar here under posts and you categories. So you click that. That takes you to the category page. Now, in this example, we have some categories we've already created, and let's see how you create it. First thing I want you to point out is this. In the categories page, you're going to see name, slug, parent, description. These are important because this is where you name your category. The slug is the subtitle headline that will appear in the URL. So you want to, and very often I just make the name and the slug the same, just to make sure that the URL carries the exact term that I want it to carry. And below it, you can set up a main category or a subcategory, and then below it is a description box. And then there's a tag here. Now, I want to point out something. Screen options. If you click that, it's going to open up what to show on the screen. So if you turn these off, you're going to see that certain things turn off here on the right-hand side. If I turn on the description, it will show what the description is. If I turn on the slug, it will show the slug. If I click on posts, it will show how many posts are categorized or are appearing under that category. So under poker art, I've got one article, and poker tables, I have one. It'll show you on the right-hand side how much of the content you have that is directly related to the category because you've selected that when you created the post. So that's what this up here means. And then down here you can show on the screen the maximum number of, any number of categories. It defaults at 20. I always pick 50. That way I can see them all on the page. You're never going to have 50. You're lucky if you'll have 10 or 15. The recommended number is 5 to 7, but that's not really relevant to a lot of people. Anyway, so how do you create a category? Well, go to category name, and here's poker accessories. I'm going to use poker accessories as a slug. That means that when the URL appears up here in the address bar, the name of the site / this slug, the category / then the name of the post can appear depending on the configuration of what you selected to appear in your URL, and we'll do another video about that. Parent. This is going to be a main category, so I'm going to leave it at poker accessories, and then down here I'm going to put a, you put a description that are vital to a great poker session. Put a description a little more descriptive than that, but you create your description, and then when it's all set, you can add category. Now you're going to see now that poker accessories has now appeared here with a description. It doesn't have any posts related to it, but there might be something here that we could do. Now poker tables is really a subcategory of poker accessories, so we can click edit. Come back to, now we already created, remember, poker tables, we have the slug, we haven't created a description, we should have, we didn't. And now I'm going to make it a subcategory. The parent category is going to be poker accessories, and description, poker tables are vital to the poker, learn all the options you have before you buy. Okay, there we go. Now down here you're going to see some more optimization I can do because I loaded in a WordPress plugin called Yoast WordPress SEO, and I would go in here and add all of this information as well. But for the purpose of time, I'm going to move on. But you would do exactly the same process down here. Create a description, create a title, create a link that would be used when it goes into the archives. Breadcrumbs, here's one for the breadcrumbs, and you click update, and then you're fully optimized here. Well, I guess now you're going to notice that now on the categories, poker tables has a dash in front of it, and that means it's a subcategory, and it's appearing under poker accessories. So now I've created a main category and a subcategory. And then I've just selected to show a description, a slug, and a post. I would go back in here and add descriptions for each one of these categories and optimize them properly. And that's the way you set up your categories. So let's take a look and see how people use them. Now, there are two places you're going to put a category. Here's a site that's a top-notch site. And in this case, the categories are listed in a widget on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 categories to lay out the site for you. So that's one way one person does it. Let's take a look and see how Guru Bob does it. So he's got his website here, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 categories. So, and let's see how the third candidate does it. Another SEO guru, specialist, very knowledgeable. Sorry. And let me see, he's got, where are his categories? Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have between 9 and it looked like 14 categories on these 3 different websites. And all of these categories happen to be put in the widget and a sidebar widget, but you also have categories can go into menus, and sometimes they appear up in the nav bars, and we'll talk about that when we talk about menus. So there you have it. Categories, how you find them. You go to posts, categories, how you create one. You add a name, a slug. You pick it. You decide whether it's a main category or a subcategory, add a description, and there you go. Then the next video is going to be going into your appearance and menus and figuring out how to lay out those categories and where they should go. So that's it. This is Claude Pelanne, Affiliate Starting Line. I hope this has been helpful. Stay with it, stay well, and we'll talk to you soon.